They give it off here to the tight end. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Jameis going to look to throw right away. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the correct call.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Jameis to throw it. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pollard to return from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. Play fake. Winston. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 41.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go at the 41-yard line. After the turnover, here's Locke. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. First carry here for Kenneth Walker III. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
Clock now on first down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Devin Bush gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Locke's throw caught here by Metcalf. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Locke going to throw. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On play action, Winston. He's going to air one out. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw in this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 more yards there and another 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Saints at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Oh, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Locke to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Noah Fant from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Pollard to return from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Walker will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown. Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0, Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. First try for the right arm of Dalton here. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And able to work his way down to the 16. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd? And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to cut into that deficit. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now here's Pollard, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. He's got his tight end Fant. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Locke finding Fant for the Seahawk first down. From the gun, it's Locke. It's caught. Lockett. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Locke off of play action. Flush to his right. Returning right back to Lockett. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Locke looks to throw it again. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pollard to return from the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. He's at the 40. 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Saints. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Crossing route catch made by Eskridge. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Dancing away at the 35. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down, it's Walker.
Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Block now to throw. And that will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. First and 10 for Dalton. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted.
Tariq Woolen picks it.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over. I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
This one goes underneath to Walker, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down. Again, it's Locke. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Lock to Lockett for the Seattle first. Here's Walker.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker,
his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Seahawks take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it.
And this is going to be intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, they definitely figured out something defensively at halftime, Charles. That's now 2 drives and 2 interceptions here in this third quarter.
And I think the easy thing for us to say is, boy, they made an adjustment, didn't they? Or they showed him something different. I'm not so sure it's that as much as maybe he's just been impatient and forced the ball a little bit. In any event, as you noted, back-to-back interceptions thrown.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Again, Walker. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. They'll try and run, Walker. And that one going nowhere from the start. As he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he'll find some space up to about the 25. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And he fires one, but incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Big fourth down here. It's Dalton. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
Now it's 1st and 10 after a costly penalty there on 4th down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Play action here with Dalton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down.
There's Chris Olave.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Jameis again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Tony Pollard from 17 yards out.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
What's good on the extra point? And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Walker's somebody who just impresses you every time he steps on the field. He's a guy who was the Walter Camp and Doak Walker Award winner's final collegiate season behind a 1,600-yard campaign. 300 carries or more, that wouldn't be unexpected in his first season in the NFL.
Someone moved, flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Walker with another carry.
Able to avoid him at the 40. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
63 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. A pitch comes to Walker.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They fake the handoff, now Locke. Going for the deep ball. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
And some room to work. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Ken Walker.
30 yards.
And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Play action now, Winston. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Play action. Now it's Locke.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now slightly more difficult attempt here from the 20. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
Good job over there, baby. I see y'all. Good job over there, baby.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. Kamara up the middle. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Winston. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Adams. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll actually throw it with Locke.
Throw to Eskridge, complete on the out route.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
Come on, guys, let's go!
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice. Obviously, your training camps, your off season. But on game day,